It's extremely important, and we'll continue to take it game at a time. But just tremendously blessed to be able to win these 3 games, coach this amazing group, be around the people that we're around. It's fun. And it goes back to our defense once again. Herb Jones was incredible. DeJounte Murray is a heck of a player, all-star caliber player. He's doing a bit of everything for this squad right now with injuries. And Herb made it extremely difficult on him all night. And, it triggered our defense.
When Herb has success like that, does it fuel the entire team? You just mentioned defensively, but also offensively, make everybody want to get in there a little harder?
It does. It does. He's one of our leaders, and you can see his intensity to start the game. And I thought collectively as a group, sacrifice, the guys are going out there making winning plays, and they're playing for each other.
Trey, another hot night from 3. He tied his career high a few nights ago. Tonight, great from beyond the arc, but also did you feel like he went in his bag a little more and found other ways to score besides just that three-point line?
Every now and then he'll go in his bag, but when he keeps it simple like he's been doing, it's the simple leads to the spectacular. And Trey's shooting has been off the charts the last, maybe 5 or 7 games. It's what he's capable of doing, and his teammates are looking for him.
You had talked at the beginning of the road trip at a practice about really honing in, focusing on transition offense and defense, wanting to get better in those areas. Have you seen some improvement, something that you were looking to see on this road trip?
We're making steps in the right direction, and a lot of it comes down to quality shots and turnovers. When we take quality shots and we're have minimum turnover games, it doesn't allow teams to get out and run against us. We did a great job tonight, 18 fast break points. We only had 12 turnovers, so we won that battle as far as points off turnovers. That's going to help us.
Willie, when Trey was struggling a little bit earlier this season, did you ever have any doubt? Did you just kind of assume, even when that was going on, like he was just going to get back to this point?
For sure. I knew he was going to figure it out at some point. And, from time to time, I may talk to him, but him and Corey Brewer have done a great job of just refocusing and going out and doing the little things. That's what it takes sometimes when your shot is not falling. I've said it before, though. Concentrating on winning plays, winning habits. And it's a lot that you can do to contribute to winning without scoring.
DeJounte Murray, pretty quiet game from him. What do you think about just the overall defensive job you guys are able to do?
Herb Jones, he's incredible. His instincts, his toughness, his mentality to never quit, never die on plays, and he's one of our leaders in those categories. And it rallies our whole team when he's playing like that.
And do you get a sense, certain matchups, he walks into the gym like, all right, I'm going to take this guy out? Do you kind of sense that mentality or attitude he takes to court in certain games?
That's every matchup, every day, every practice, every shoot around against the coaches. It doesn't matter. This is mentality. And, some games guys will, have decent nights. But for the most part, Herb is going to be right there, and he's going to make it tough on any opponent.
And a few weeks ago, we were asking Zion about, getting back to 100%. He told us, I'm getting there the more I make plays that aren't normal. And we saw a whole bunch of plays tonight from him that weren't normal. What's it been like just seeing him kind of make that progress, taking those steps to getting back to where he can feel like he's 100%?
It's been great. It's been great seeing Z continue to progress throughout the course of the season and stack days. Credit to Z and Coach Aaron Miles, Coach Corey Brewer. Again, they're all working together. Our performance and medical, we're all working hard to make sure we do everything we can for him to have a successful season. And then credit to Z. He's putting in the work, and he's getting better and better as the season progresses. You guys see it when he's rebounding the ball, he's taking off in transition, lobs, he's scoring in a number of ways, and then he's handling the ball, making plays for his teammates. And when he's playing dominant like he's playing right now, we're tough to stop.
I'm also curious about just what you think about B.I. right now. I mean, this time last year, we were seeing him putting up like 30-point triple-doubles every other game, and now you see him just have that willingness to just give the ball up and let Z do his thing. Some of the other guys do their thing. What's it been like just seeing just the way his mentality has been like, I'm going to let the other guys do them. I don't have to take over every night and still being able to make plays when he needs to.
I thought B.I. was incredible tonight. To your point, his ability to have big games when the time calls for it. And tonight, 10 assists, 7 rebounds. He's a guy that he's going out making winning plays over and over again. And as I mentioned in the locker room to our guys, there'll be some nights where it's B.I.'s night. It was, a few games ago where he had 40. Every night it can be somebody different, and I love this group, the fact that they play for each other and they don't care who gets to shine. Thank you.
The period of time when you were struggling, how mentally did you handle that to kind of make it out the other side and get where you are now?
I would just say staying even. That's been the biggest thing for me my entire life is not getting too high, not getting too low, no matter what happens. Because, if you work hard and you treat the game right, eventually things are going to happen for you, and that's how they have been my entire life. So I just knew eventually I was going to get back out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have created or just generating a lot of looks off of Zion initiating the offense. How much, I guess, gravity does he have when he is an initiator of plays?
Yeah, he's one of the best players in the league when it comes to that. He has probably top 3 gravity in the entire NBA, and so I'm able to benefit a lot off of that because my man has the help, and if they don't help, then it's a layup at the rim.
And what do you think about just how he looks physically right now? I mean, he had a bunch of steals, a bunch of blocks in Philly, 12 rebounds in Philly, and then tonight, a lot of defensive plays too.
Sensational, for sure.
JV coming up on 8,000 career rebounds. Should get it either this next home game or the next one. What does he bring to this squad? And when he does something like he did in the first quarter tonight with 8 boards, does that help set a tone for y'all?
No, absolutely, and I'll apologize in advance because he probably already beat 8,000 if it wasn't from me stealing boards from him. But it's all part of the game. So, but no, he's a monster down there, and he's able to secure rebounds for us and finish possessions, which is a big part of defense.
Why do you think you guys have, I guess, defended at a really high level for 2 years in a row as a team?
Herb Jones. That's really it. I mean, he's an all-NBA defender, and he's a leader of this team when it comes to defense, and we just follow suit.
I mean, I know obviously Herb's a really big part of it, but no one before the start of last season was predicting the Pelicans to be a good defensive team, and now you guys are kind of doing it 2 years in a row. Is that, I don't know, is it surprising to you at all?
No, not at all. If you watch this in training camp or in practice, you would see how hard we play, and I think that's the biggest thing on defense is about. It's just playing hard and then being smart. And, I feel like we've gotten smarter throughout the season and figuring out each other and knowing when to help, when not to help. And so I think it's just been, the identity of our team.
This might be too soon to ask. Forgive me if so. Evan Mobley may or may not play. He's got that sprained ankle. But since he was on the all-defense team last year, if he does go at home in the Smoothie King Center, is that a matchup you think Herb would especially get up for, or that would be interesting to watch unfold as he tries to prove his case that he belongs in that number?
I don't think Herb will be guarding him, if I'm being quite frank with you. But, yeah, for sure. I think Herb really is just going to take the challenge every single night and playing defense and locking down no matter who's out there.
When you have 2 guys of that caliber on the court, how could that help his case, considering you've got 100 global writers and broadcasters you have to impress? And unfortunately, sometimes the smaller market teams like the Pelicans, they just don't get the attention, even though guys like Herb have the stats and are putting in the work.
A lot of it you just got to let the work show for itself. Obviously we do our part in bringing light to it as well, but, Herb brings his defensive prowess every single game, and, the writers should see that he is a top 5 defender in the entire league.
Thanks, Trey.
Appreciate it.
Trey, a perfect road trip, 3 W's. How important is that to have that type of sustained success on the road to get to where you want to go in the postseason?
It's consistency. So for us to go 3-0 on this trip, that's great momentum for us. Just got to keep it up.
Second in the NBA right now in road wins. That's a huge jump, huge improvement from where you were last season in hostile territory. What do you chalk that success up to?
The personalities we have on this team. We got some dogs. And I think we just thrive in away environments, and we just love the energy.
JV closing in on 8,000 career rebounds. That should happen at home next game or two. How important is he when he gets something like 8 boards in the first quarter like he did tonight? Does that help set a tone for you?
Absolutely. And then it gets JV going too. Because if he's getting rebounds, that means we're getting stops. And he finds the outlet, and we running.
I think a few weeks ago you said you'll know I'm 100% physically when I'm making plays that aren't normal. Do you feel like you're at that point?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Just the stacking my days of extra conditioning over time. I'm starting to see some of those results, so I just gotta maintain and keep going.
Yeah, I mean, how does that? I mean, you score 25 every night, but how does that change games for your team when you are blocking shots, getting steals, making those types of plays?
It allows us to get out in transition even more. It adds intensity on defense for us. And it's like Coach tells us in the locker room, it's fun. You get a big block, a dope steal, it leads to amazing transition plays, whether it's a 3, a dunk, layup, no matter what it is, just transition points. You guys have a great night.